Hello everyone, my name is Anmol and today I'm going to speak about the field placement overview which I did in Rovera Greenway Retirement Living Home. This retirement living is situated in Brampton at 100 Kens William Drive. So what process did I go through to get my field placement? First, I visited retirement home. My first goal was to achieve a placement which is near to my house so that I could manage my studies and my placement as well. So this was the nearest to my house. So I visited there and they denied to talk about all this by visiting, and this gave me an email so that I can send my requirements over there. Then I applied via email and told them about my requirements, like the number of hours I wanted to complete and everything. I sent a mail but I didn't get reply for like 10-15 days, but after 10-15 days I got a reply, and then they asked for my number and then we had a small interview via call. After that, there were few requirements for my placement approval. In the interview they asked me about some questions regarding the food, like which I already did in the food handler certificate, so it was easy. And then they asked about my availability of hours and how many hours I want to complete and many more things. But there were also some documents which were required by them as a government community. They required some documents to assign me work over there. So the documents were food handler certificate, police clearance certificate, vaccine certification confirming that I have received all 3 doses of vaccine, WSIB from college, and tuberculosis test. From all this, I was almost done with everything, but I waited for my PCC. It took me like 2 weeks, so I started 2 weeks late, and this was the only document that made me delay my internship. So when I started my internship, my major goals were planning, managing sport, delivering, and managing everything. In this goals, my first main goal was to plan menus, consideration of needs and preferences of the clients. Second was managing food handling and preparation in compliance with the relevant legislation and best practices. Third was supporting my co-workers professionally and ethically. And fourth was delivering customer service with organizational standards. And next was managing all inventory of supply of goods and services. Well, these were my goals and I made them successfully. Success of my internship was only because of my supervisor, who was director of dietary department there also. He made sure that I have learned each and everything even before I asked. So he made me learn how to do inventory, trained me in customer service, made me confident with working with the co-workers and residents. He made sure that I have done everything without any problem. Here are a few highlights of my field placement period, which I feel that I'm very proud that I learned these things. I learned how to do inventory. I calculated the desired quantity of product for the future for 1 week or 2 week required by the quantities, and learned how to make schedules depending upon the availability of the workers. So my responsibilities were there, like divided in days. In the week 1, I served meals, juices, and drinks in the dining room, asking the preferences of the residents. Then cleaning and setting up tables before residents come and after they leave. Engage with them with the little talks to make them comfortable, collecting dishes and put them in chemical water to soak prior washing. Empty and clean tea or coffee kettles. These were the duties in the first week. In the coming next week, my duties were supervising and tray service. In the supervising, make sure none of residents have problem with food or server, or if any, then solving it. Completing the census by marking the attendance of the residents to make sure no residents is left for food. Personally going to each table to make sure all residents are comfortable. And in the tray service, serving meals to residents in their rooms via tray service, collecting all last meal leftover utensils from rooms, washing all the dishes at the end. And in the week 3, my responsibilities were I was introduced to how to do inventory, schedule, and other stuff. After then that, I continued with my trade service, and I learned some of the a la carte recipes with the help of cook, and it was very useful, and it is useful in my daily basis life also. And in the week 4, I worked in assistant living, and which requires a lot of courage to do work over there, because you have to deal with the patients who can't eat properly. You have to feed them by your own hand, you have to clean them, you have to make sure they doesn't choke. If a person is suffering with dysphagia, you have to give them minced food and everything. And another stuff I did was did inventory, stocking of products, and each and everything. I think I have done everything, but some opportunities I missed. I failed to learn the administrative work. Other than then, I think I have learned everything. So, how did this placement influence me? I think placement helped me know myself better. I realized which work suits me most. I got to know a profession where there would not be a communication with people. I will not enjoy that. I must go for a practical works rather than theory. I became more confident, independent, and better knowledge of the country as I was new to this country. And here are a few recommendations if you are trying at this place. Arrange all documents beforehand to prevent delays. Don't afraid to ask something. Be confident and bold, and try to communicate with many residents as many possible. And I think universe help those who try and struggle by each inch to learn something. Give your 100% while searching your placement, and try to explore more and more. Thank you. I hope this was useful for you guys. Thank you so much.